Well, guys, y'all know what's trending, man. Brendan Sorsby is trending. He's a hot topic. And the only reason why he's a hot topic is because the Cleveland Browns media and insiders are making him a hot topic. Now we all know Brendan Sorsby bet on his own games, bet on his own team. And now Texas Tech and Brendan Sorsby have parted ways. And what does that mean? He has entered into the supplemental draft. And now the Cleveland media and these Cleveland insiders are so fixated on the possibility of the Cleveland Browns making a bid at Brendan Sorsby in the supplemental draft. Now, the crazy thing about it is with Brendan Sorsby, all his betting accusations and how he got off and all the, Big 12 suing and things like that. Is it a possibility that he's going to be eligible to play in the NFL? Is he going to be on the next a suspension or on the commissioner's list or anything like that? The Cleveland insiders and the Cleveland media still want to take a chance on taking a stab at him in the 2027 NFL draft when you already got your future quarterback in Shedeur Sanders on your roster. And before all this stuff became noise, head coach Todd Monken has already shut it down. And he didn't mince words when the Cleveland Browns had their annual golf day event and he spoke to the media. And he already shut down the Brendan Sorsby to Cleveland motion, quick, fast, in a hurry. Guess what, guys? We're going to talk about it right after this.
What we talking about? What's up, K-Sap? Yeah. James Ford, that's me. Let me talk to him. That's me.
Simply ball dropping, simply ball dropping. Chopping up these topics, man, I'm simply ball dropping. Driving coast to coast, making moves, ain't stopping. Driving coast to coast, making moves, ain't stopping. Nah.
Hey, let me put you on game. These other podcasts out here talking that shit, but ain't repping the same. It's my bro K-Sap, chopping up topics for your optics. From politics to your top picks. Tune in, you gotta watch this. Exclusive material for your radio stereo, pumping high definition. Stop what you doing and listen. We smashing all competition. You better jump on this wave. Somebody pass me a mic, man. I got something to say.
And now, your host of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast, the man behind the mic, K-Sap.
Well, guys, you know I got something to say, man. And this Brendan Sorsby stuff is getting kind of crazy. And it's only a hot topic, like I said, because the Cleveland Browns insiders and the media is making it a hot topic. But if we really thinking about it, head coach Todd Monken has already shut this down. And we heard what Todd Monken had to say to the media at the Cleveland Browns annual golf day event, and he spoke. And, it's either between Mary Kay Cabot or Tony Grossi that's going to ask questions surrounding around the quarterback situation. Knowing that Todd Monken has already came out and stated that he got 2 starting NFL quarterbacks on his roster right now. And the fact that the Cleveland insiders and these media personnel keep asking Todd Monken about this quarterback ordeal, and Todd Monken keeps on giving them the same answer. They think Todd Monken's answer is going to change when they asked him the same question. He's giving y'all the same answer. So don't you think you need to find something else to ask about the Cleveland Browns and the team? But, these insiders such as Tony Grossi, Mary Kay Cabot, Adam the Bull, there's some other insiders that are on this Brendan Sorsby train the notion of them wanting to bring somebody in that has a gambling addiction and betting on his own team, and you want that in your organization where you got a guy that doesn't have run-in with the media, doesn't have run-in with the laws, don't have run-in with nothing off the field besides a speeding ticket. And you got somebody that works their tail off like a Shedeur Sanders, putting in the work to get better as an NFL quarterback. And you tell me that you're looking forward to 2027 to try to get Brendan Sorsby or any other quarterback that's available in that draft? Shedeur Sanders is right there. Y'all don't even want to give Shedeur Sanders a chance. So basically, y'all trying to just shit on 2026 and say, hey, Cleveland ain't going to be good because of the two quarterbacks that you have, Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders, and damn sure no Dylan Gabriel. And what you're going to do with a developmental guy in Tellen Green. But Shedeur Sanders is right there to lead your franchise and be a franchise quarterback. But y'all want to look elsewheres and try to force feed Brendan Sorsby on the Cleveland Browns organization and Todd Monken and Andrew Berry and Jimmy Haslam. Y'all tried to do that with Arch Manning as well. You tried to do that with Ty Simpson and Fernando Mendoza, but that didn't work. You tried to do it in the offseason with all these quarterbacks that was on free agency, such as Kyler Murray, Malik Willis, Kirk Cousins, just to name a few. That didn't work. So that should let you guys know that Todd Monken loves the quarterbacks that he has on his roster. And you just got to sit back and you just got to give them guys a chance. But y'all guys don't want to hear it. And Todd Monken is making it abundantly clear. So let's listen to what old Monken had to say when Tony Grossi posed the question about Brendan Sorsby and how Todd Monken just gracefully shut it down. Take a listen.
Make it a good one, Tony.
Okay, real good. At some point, Browns are going to have to make a decision on whether to participate in the supplemental draft for Sorsby, Brendan Sorsby. My question to you is, have you been kept up to date on the organization's research of that player?
Not at all. I mean, that's not even come across my desk. I don't think we're in a position to want to go down that road. That's my opinion. That's not Andrew's. And that I like the quarterbacks that we have. I think that's a slippery slope when you go down that, irrespective of talent, right?
I mean,
in terms
tell him,
of
Todd.
the situation he's put himself
A slippery
in.
slope.
Like we all know what that is. He put himself in that situation. And
Facts.
we've seen in other sports with players that have been banned for life from playing in professional sports.
Todd
I think
ain't
that's a
trying to deal
slippery
with that
slope to go down
nonsense.
that road. Again, that's a question for Andrew and for management. But from my end of it, kind of a tough
And you're
angle
the
to
head
go
coach.
down that road
Stand
and
on
think that that's going to be your franchise quarterback if he's ever eligible to even play in the NFL.
Now, you
Thank you.
heard exactly what Todd Monken, the head coach of the Cleveland Browns, had to say. He shut Tony Grossi down once again. See, you keep asking all these questions about these quarterbacks, and Todd Monken is just, gracefully shutting all this stuff down. That's what a head coach does, man. The head coach knows who his quarterback is. But he said, hey, that's an Andrew Berry and Jimmy Haslam question. Y'all go ask them. But from my point of view, as long as I'm here and I'm the head coach, I'm not going down that rabbit hole. I'm not inviting that into my organization. And I think that the general manager and the owner will follow suit with that. The head coach got to have some kind of say. The head coach is out there running the offense. He's out there giving these guys plays, him and his staff. The general manager and the owner their objective is to get the guys on the team and sign these guys to these contracts. And it's up to the coach to evaluate what he got and put out on the field the best players that are available. And basically, Todd Monken saying, hey, Brendan Sorsby is not the guy that I want on my roster. And that's coming from the head coach. That's coming from the head coach, guys. And see, this is the problem that I have. These insiders, man, such as Mary Kay and Tony Grossi, y'all ask the same questions and y'all getting shut down every time. So when have y'all stopped to think and look at the playback and look at the recordings of what you guys are asking them. Because you're asking them the same questions and he's shutting you down every time. Every time. I see everybody in the comments section, #salute. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, turn your post notifications on so you know every time Simply Ball drops another hot banger. Oh yeah, just in case I forgot. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. And I see everybody in the comment, #salute. And that's going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. We're going to catch y'all on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.